I am at Live Oak Cemetery in Pass Christian, Mississippi. I am here to look for a grave of George Washington's great niece and Martha Washington's great granddaughter, Frances Parke Lewis Butler, 1797 to 1875. So today I'm going to do something different. We're going to look for a certain grave that I found online that I want to check out. Also, there's graves from the 1700s, early, mid to 1700s, and a few of them were born before America. It's pretty interesting to think about right there. Oh, you got a funeral going on over there. Frances Parke Lewis Butler, great-granddaughter of Martha Washington, also great-niece of George Washington. Edward G.W. Butler, son of this person, Frances Parke Lewis, wife of E.G.W. Butler, daughter of this person, born November 27th, 1797, died June 30th, 1875. One of these four headstones is the final resting place of great-granddaughter of Martha Washington and great-niece of George Washington. One of the four graves that you're looking at, I'm guessing. I'd really like to know which stone it is that they're buried at. It's hard to read these. I can't tell if that's a B or what. Something, I can tell that's a W. And this is an E, or maybe that's a B. There is writing on this section on the other tombs, but I can't make it out. So it looks like this is a family vault that you're looking at. That's what it says on the tombstone. Samuel was born November 17th, 1773. Wow. Right before America became America. Died September 22nd, 1840. So just on the other side of Samuel is Rebecca Butler. She was born April 20th, 1782. Died June 23rd, 1844. And I saw another name right here, Jane. Jane Butler died March, I think 6th, either 6 or an 8. It's a 6 or 8. 1834. Age 83 years old. 1751 is when this person was born. That's insane. That's the mid 1700s. So here's another old section of the cemetery, more old graves in general. The one to the far left. It's really hard to read, but it looks like it's also a part of the same family, Butler, if I'm even pronouncing that right. I'm trying to make out some names. I think that says Charles Parish, Louisiana. Some of this is just really hard to make out. Died April 23rd, 1910. It says Pass Christian, Mississippi, which is where the cemetery is located at. I want to point something out. So you notice how it's kind of easier to read the numbers and the dates when they were born and when they died, but the names are hard to see sometimes. Does anyone else notice that? When I come to cemeteries, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Why is it easier to read the dates than the names on there? Now for these other two graves, if you look at the crosses, it looks like both of the crosses were attached to here from what I'm seeing. I did my initial walkthrough to show you where this is at. And then it looks like this one also broke off too. And it's supposed to be up here. It says Rebecca Butler, born in New Orleans, December 12th, 1849. Died at Pass Christian, Mississippi, August 10th, 1887. Another thing I want to point out is look at the detail. How they put all the flowers on the grave. You don't see stuff like this anymore. Now if we come back here, there's even more beautiful markings. Doesn't it question you why we don't make these type of details into tombs anymore? Doesn't it make you question? Don't you question that? Or is it just me? Found another grave right here. Was born in Frederick County, Maryland, December 27th, 1786, I think, and died at Pass Christian, January 10th, 1854. On the side it reads, morning, noon, and evening of the day, and in the dreaming hours of the night, our thoughts are with thee. Of course, you can't forget the detail of the flowers on the grave. See flowers on the ground. Let's pick them up, put them on the tomb. I don't know how long they're going to stay on there for, but at least they can stay up there. Spend hours here just reading the tombstones, looking up history on these people. How did they die? What did they do for a living? Same thing is going to be said for us too. Looks like here's a new burial right here. John Johnson, born 2/11/1965 and died 2/25/22, 57 years old. He died a few months ago. Post, it's a part of the fence. It's made out of, well, it's not made out of corn. It's supposed to be the design of corn. That's really unique. and the fence. People during this time period really had style. Nowadays, tombs don't look nothing like this, or the gates around them in general. Look at this fence and the design. I like how nature is claiming it. So this is a funeral that was going on. I was letting them do their thing before we came over here because I wanted to see who was buried here. And the name is Johnny Williams Jr. Born February 9th, 1948, and died April 13th, 2022. That was this month. Rest in peace. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is a lot different than what I normally do. Normally I dive into the history, but I just wanted to show a few graves from like sometime in the 1700s, mainly those type. There's a lot more here I could easily show off, but I wanted to keep it at least as short as possible for you, so at least I don't waste your time. Anyways, if you like what you saw, remember to like it, share, subscribe. If you need to get in contact with me, my socials are in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next upload.